Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Local law enforcement prepare for the worst. We go inside their training just in case they ever come face to face with an active shooter. Illinois State Police celebrate a milestone. It's one they hope brings those behind sexual assault to justice. And a group of community leaders help build a Rockford neighborhood literally. The specific people behind it and why they hope to inspire girls in high school. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Law enforcement's response is one of the biggest criticisms following the Texas elementary school shooting. That's why local police and fire departments are now ramping up their own training just in case of an active shooter situation. Nikel Delgado joined them. Nikel, how did it go?
Mimi, Cherry Valley Fire Department hosted their first of many active shooter training courses. First responders tell me they want to be prepared for something if it were to happen. And training with fire and police and medical will put their skills to the test and also be able to work together.
These are happening more and more often, so our goal is to get the fire and police trained and get working together so we can, if something like this would happen in the area, that we all are on the same page.
Surrounding fire, police, and medical departments gathered together for an active shooter training course. Cherry Valley Fire Captain Rich Trapp says this active shooter training is something that has been in the works for months.
Our goal is to save lives, and that's really all I can say, and that's what this training does. It provides us a better chance of saving lives.
The Winnebago County Sheriff's Department Detective Charles Graisley says working with these scenarios prepares us for a real-life situation in a controlled area. South Beloit Police Department Sergeant James Sanders says both police and fire are different with the same goal of saving lives, and when we practice, we will be ahead of the game.
For us to be able to teach the fire department what we're going to do in these situations and change their tactics as well, because now they're going to be coming into a situation with us and our responsibilities are going to be different as well, because we have to keep track and protect them as well as protect the victims.
Captain Trapp hopes the community feels more safe knowing they are continuously preparing their first responders.
Well, I think it's important for the community to realize that the training is going on. Like I said, it's multiple fire agencies here, it's multiple police agencies here. Hopefully it should put them at rest that we're prepared for a situation.
First responders tell me this is the first course. Their next one will be June 11th. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nikel. We have an update on the Chicago police officer shot during a traffic stop. CPD says she's in serious but stable condition. They're working to look for two people now. Police say one of the suspects has a history of gun violence. The shooting happened Wednesday in West Englewood, just blocks away from where Officer Ella French was shot and killed last year. This is the fourth Chicago officer shot on duty this year. A gunman opens fire on a Rockford man walking in a southeast Rockford neighborhood. This happened after 6 last night on College Avenue, just east of the Rock River. Police say a man on an ATV shot once at a man walking down the street. The shooter missed and no one was hurt. Investigators believe this is the man who pulled the trigger. If you recognize him, you are asked to call police. As gun violence continues to plague the Forest City, local community groups say they've had enough. Let's take a live look now at Haight Park. Rockford Urban Ministries, Moms Demand Action, Rockford, and Eliminate Racism 815 are among the dozens that have shown up to make their voices heard. The timing coincides with National Gun Violence Awareness Day. It started about a half hour ago. Survivors are sharing stories. Others are expected to share ideas on how to prevent gun violence. We'll hear from those in attendance coming up later tonight at 6. Gun control is a hot topic in Washington as Democrats and Republicans spar over the best way to handle it. Next week, Congress will consider a package that includes a measure to raise the legal age to buy assault-style weapons from 18 to 21. This comes in response to the latest mass shooting at a Texas elementary school. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin says it's a good start.
It's a very modest agenda, but I'll accept anything at this point that'll save a life.
Republicans, though, say if a person wants to find a gun, they will, and that the focus needs to be on policies like arming teachers and increasing school security.
Put more resources into mental health. to provide training for guidance counselors, to fund grants for law enforcement.
The U.S. House could vote on a gun control package within the next few weeks. Illinois law enforcement makes progress in the backlog of DNA kits from sexual assault cases. Illinois State Police said there are no untested kits that are older than 6 months. 3 years ago, it was more than 1,800. Illinois State Police says it was able to speed up the process thanks to increased use of forensic technologies, robotics, and by hiring more scientists.
Survivors should not be forced to wait in an analysis limbo for months or even years before hearing whether their case can move forward. And Illinois is doing better by survivors. We are relieved and heartened by that progress.
To make sure the backlog doesn't happen again, ISP says it will build a forensic science institute. It will help train people in forensic science and quickly process DNA kits as they come in. Gas prices jump big time as we head into the weekend. Rockford drivers can expect to pay on average $5.09 a gallon. That's up more than 20 cents since Sunday. Gas prices can change drastically depending on where you go. According to GasBuddy.com, the lowest price right now in the Rockford area is $4.84 a gallon. Some stations are charging as high as $5.45. Analysts say don't expect prices to drop anytime soon. President Joe Biden today discussed his plan to help Americans save money. We'll have that story coming up in just a few minutes. More Americans are finding work. The May jobs report showed 390,000 jobs were added. Unemployment stayed steady at 3.6%. Those numbers are better than what analysts expected. The report also revealed average hourly wages are 5% higher, but those costs are being passed on to consumers.
Income is not meeting price increases, and that spells trouble for later this year and early next year.
The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates by 0.5% twice over the next 2 months. It hopes it'll bring down inflation. Female community leaders trade in their day jobs to get outside and build homes. It's all part of Habitat for Humanity's 5th annual Women Build Day. Like the name implies, women put up these wooden beams and drywall pieces that serve as the foundation for these homes. This neighborhood on Carroll Place near Sandy Hollow Golf Course. Volunteers tell us they hope to make a difference in the lives of families they never meet.
There's a feeling of empowerment. There is this idea that your hands can help change the world. And that even if you spend 5 or 6 hours on a construction site, the work that you're doing here changes the trajectory of someone's life.
Habitat for Humanity also hopes events like Women Build inspire girls in high school to pursue a construction career. As we mentioned earlier, gas prices are skyrocketing. Don't expect relief at the pump anytime soon, but a new plan could provide some help in a different way.
It's been a warm and windy Friday afternoon, but absolutely gorgeous out there. Temperatures today made it to 80 degrees. We've got some rain, though. That moves in for the weekend. More on that coming up a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Lever, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Earlier, we told you about high gas prices in the state line. Well, Congress isn't close to coming up with a plan to lower them. But as Anna Warnicki reports, a new strategy would target other bills you pay every month to lighten the load. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
Good evening. The average price per gallon is nearing $5 in all 50 states. President Biden telling Americans this week that those prices likely won't be going down anytime soon.
The national average price of gas per gallon is $4.76.
That's a lot.
Andrew Gross with AAA says that's nearly $2 more than this time last year.
You're spending about $24 to $25 more this year every time you go to fill up your gas.
And Gross says don't expect prices to fall in the near future. With more Americans hitting the road this summer, the demand is high, and the price per barrel of oil has nearly doubled to $120 since last August.
Oil accounts for about 60% of what you pay at the pump, so the more expensive the oil, the more expensive the gas.
In response to the high demand, on Thursday, OPEC announced it will pump more crude oil to increase global supply by producing an additional 648,000 barrels per day in July and August.
I don't know enough to know whether it's enough, but I know it's positive.
On Friday, President Joe Biden continued to blame Russian President Vladimir Putin for the high gas prices. And after taking direct action earlier this year, he's now focused on easing the financial burden for Americans in other areas.
Like their utility bills, their internet bills, their prescription drug bills, and other costs like housing.
AAA says OPEC's decision to increase oil supply will provide some relief, but Americans should expect gas prices to continue to climb throughout the summer. For now, in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
An economist with Moody's Analytics says workers who have the option to work from home are cutting back their trips to the office. For those who don't, many are opting to carpool. Well, we had a beautiful sunny day here in the state line. When we come back, Candace lets us know what to expect for the weekend. That's coming up next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Beautiful out there this evening. A live look with our Supply Corps camera brought to us by Window World over downtown Rockford. Lots of folks gathering here on State Street. Of course, we've got City Market going on. A lot of events here going on not only through this tonight, but also through the weekend. Unfortunately, I wish I could say the nice weather from these last couple of days would carry over. Well, it is not going to be a washout. We've got some rain to kind of time out for both Saturday and Sunday. Winds for us today, they've been a little on the gustier side than yesterday. Northwest winds. Despite that northwest wind, though, our temperatures were able to make it into the upper 70s and lower 80s. At times, winds have been gusting close to 25, even 30 miles per hour, but that wind speed actually expected to go down tonight, and our winds will turn light here as we go through the overnight. Would you believe it if I told you cold front came through late last night, early this morning? We had maybe just a few clouds from that, no rainfall. We've been pretty dry, but that cold front really reinforced that dry air. I mean, look at how much we've been able to mix down some of these dew point temperatures in the lower 30s here late this afternoon and evening. So it is pleasantly dry, and that's really what has helped bump our temperatures up with that northwesterly wind. We're at 80 in Rockford, feels like 78, so no heat index out there. Very comfortable, and tonight is going to be a comfortable night too. We're at 79 in Dixon, Sterling, 76 now in Freeport. High pressure moving overhead, that helps keep us nice and dry. We do have a disturbance off to the west of us moving across the Central Plains, so that'll move in here by early tomorrow. That's going to do a couple things. That'll increase the cloud cover and eventually give us a chance for some rainfall here by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So temperature tonight, I think we drop down to 50 degrees. A couple of spots could actually make it into the upper 40s, some of the outlying areas. So it does get a little cool tonight. Wind will stay light here. We've got the cloud cover that moves in. A couple of showers possible early on. I think those are going to be on the lighter end, and then a few isolated showers, isolated thunderstorm once we get in tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So let's put this all together with Futurecast. Cloud cover comes in. Futurecast wants to bring in that rain as early as about 7 to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. While radar may show that, remember how dry our dew point temperatures are? So it's going to take a little while before we actually start to see that reach the ground. A couple of light showers, I think a little more likely across the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. So if you're right along that area, you might see a couple of light showers as that boundary tries to lift back north, but it kind of turns stationary not only through the day on Saturday, but also into Sunday. So Saturday night, we kind of get a few showers, a couple of isolated thunderstorms. Again, not a washout, not a widespread event. That'll carry over into Sunday. Sunday morning, I think we have a better chance for some rain and a few isolated thunderstorms. And then again on Sunday afternoon as that cold front comes in. There will be plenty of dry time, but we just won't see as much sunshine as what we've had these last couple of days. Rain, we do need it. Notice northern Illinois really the only spot dealing with those abnormally dry conditions. Seems like we have still not been able to recover from the extreme drought that we had going into last year. We've actually seen those numbers, the percentage, go up just a little bit from last week to this week. So just a little expansion here of those drier than normal conditions across northern Illinois. That's gone down a bit across Wisconsin, but still about 23% of the state considered abnormally dry. Give it about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago, and areas were dealing with moderate and even extreme drought. So that is an improvement. Maybe we've got a few rain chances coming up here. Sunday, Monday, I think are better chance for that. And then kind of every other day with temperatures in the low to mid 70s next week.
All right. Thanks, Candace. Scott's in next with sports. He'll show us how Forston's softball team did today in its first appearance at the state tournament. And a former Rockford Lutheran basketball star has a new college team.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Washington softball team earned its first trip to the state tournament by reeling off a bunch of comeback victories. The Cardinals needed another comeback today in the 1A state semifinals in Peoria against number 1 ranked Casey Westfield. It was scoreless until the top of the third. Casey Westfield's Maya Redmond singling to left. That brought home a runner, so the Cardinals trailed early 1-0. In the 6th inning, Kara Erdman's pitch gets tagged by Paige Cutright. That'll go all the way to the fence to bring in another run for CW. Same inning, CW makes it 3-0 on this RBI single. No comeback for the Cardinals. They lost 4-0, so they will play in the consolation game tomorrow against Newark at 9 a.m. Many NBA experts said the Warriors winning the NBA Finals over the Celtics. They might be rethinking that after what happened last night in Game 1. Celtics stormed from behind with a huge fourth quarter to win 120-108. They outscored the Warriors that quarter 40-16, and they did it on the Warriors' home court. The Celtics can also take comfort in the fact that they won even though their leading scorer, Jason Tatum, had an off-night shooting. He made only 3 of his 17 shots from the field. The Warriors now feel the pressure of trying to prevent the Celtics from winning 2 straight in their arena.
Give them credit. They knocked down every big shot in the fourth quarter. Boston was just played a brilliant quarter, and they came in and earned the win.
You know, when you have a team that just finds a little bit of momentum like they did, and they keep making shots, so it's tough to kind of regain that momentum.
Game 2 will be played Sunday evening. You can see that game here on WTVO starting at 7 o'clock. Former Rockford Lutheran basketball standout Kenny Strawbridge has taken advantage of the NCAA's transfer portal. He's signing with the University of Evansville, the Purple Aces. They're a D1 program that plays in the Missouri Valley Conference. Strawbridge spent the past 2 seasons playing at Alabama State. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Candace will have a final look at weather in just a moment. But first, here's a look at what's to come on News Nation tonight.
Tonight, he promised to turn them into a pariah state. Now the Saudis get a presidential visit. Will Mr. Biden's change of heart do anything to help gas prices? Plus, how pandemic prices brought a new type of food fraud. That's On Balance. Here's Dan.
Thanks, Leland. Tonight on Dan Abrams Live on News Nation. Radicals on both sides digging in their heels when it comes to gun legislation. The left proposes laws they know won't pass. The right in their zero tolerance for change. How common sense is the key to bipartisan gun reform. That's tonight on Dan Abrams Live.
The First Warn Interactive Radar, nice and dry for us tonight. Lots of activities going on. A great night to be out. Temperatures will drop down into the low 50s, a few spots in the upper 40s during the overnight. We've got some rain and cloud cover that moves back in for the weekend. Temperatures will stay in the 70s, low mid 70s on Saturday. Same thing on Sunday. I think Sunday may have a better chance for some rain, especially in the morning. Same thing going into Monday, and then we'll stay in low mid 70s next week.
All right. Thanks, Candace, and thanks for watching. We'll see you at 6.